broker says, in the long run, that kind of investment could be a good idea. What's your broker say?
Well, my broker is E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says,
I love that. I literally remember that commercial.
Me too, man. I'm old enough for that one still.
Yep. I remember some. There's a few others I remember too that were E.F. Hutton from way back in the day.
Yeah. E.F. Hutton talks. Everybody listens.
Something like that. And we're getting there.
I'm just putting this a ticker down here. We're gonna put up a ticker here so we can do it. Go ahead, Captain, and give us a little lead-in.
I'm gonna preface this with kind of what this is about and why. So when HEX was launched, the first real crypto community was allowed to exist, because all of the other crypto communities were just promise communities. There was no real crypto to back a community, and for the community to act, adopt, and behave like a real crypto community. See, because what was supposed to happen once the crypto was created was the community was supposed to come together and build on it and make tools and things available to the general public to grow its existence, to grow that crypto's existence, to grow its adoption, to grow its community, and build a better world on top of it, basically. Not necessarily change the whole world, but to build a better world. Using some of the tools that exist and creating new ones. So a lot of people have this totalitarian mentality or this total disruption mentality that everything's got to be blown up in order for it to be fixed. And that's not the case, guys. Crypto's here to solve a problem. It's not here to create a new one and a whole new existence. I know a lot of you think that. I understand. I really get it. Like, everything is so messed up. You'd rather just kind of throw a grenade in a room, blow the whole thing up, and reorganize the room, right? Well, that's not necessarily how you have to do it. You need to go out and build better things on the tools that we've already, or on the platforms that we already have. For instance, we need a financial system. We do. It doesn't need to go away. Don't have to destroy the whole thing. You just got to build a better financial system. And that's what crypto's for. So the community is supposed to be responsible for building on top of a crypto. And here we are. When Discourse Syndicate launched, that's what we started doing. We started gathering like minds. We started gathering technologies. We started gathering people's intellectual property. And we started think tanking. And what happened was, and what I noticed in a lot of these green room discussions that we had and a lot of these think tank rooms that we had, was that most of us were like-minded and we wanted the same things. We all agreed on about 90% of all the things that need to be done to make a better world. And so we just put our heads together and started growing and developing ideas that could help support, a better world. And here we are today. So our announcement is going to be about just that. We've already announced it, all of us here at Discourse Syndicate, behind the scenes of working on a project called MCA, Mountain Crypto Advisors, was to help people to keep, secure, and grow their wealth over time with legal protections here in the United States. And now we're trying to expand that elsewhere around the world. But that's what our first project was to secure everybody's money now with the systems that are in play. And that's what MCA is for. So I suggest all of you who are looking to secure your wealth, grow it in the future, have some tax benefits and some legacy protections for your money so that you don't end up broke with just a fur coat, a broken down Lamborghini, and some beat up $5,000 tennis shoes, that you go and you check them out. Go to MCA, Mountain Crypto Advisors, and it's spelled funny, so you have to check it out. I think we can get
it's
that.
ERS. There's two ways to spell advisors. It's ERS or ORS. It's ERS.
I like it when I think everything has about 2 or 3 different ways to spell them, so I'm good with that. So go there and check out if it's for you. It may or may not be.
May not be for you.
May not be for you, but just go check it out. It might be your cup of tea. Anyway, so with that, we took the next steps, and tonight we're going to announce those next steps and what that is. And I'm going to let my partner Ken and my other partner Wells tell you guys about what it is that we're bringing to the market this time.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, these guys are going to just tell you what they've done. Let me just tip the hat to these guys a little bit. On top of all the work that they did with Mountain Crypto Advisors, and we've been working on these products for the last year, traveling around. Wales, we've had him like shoved into a computer nonstop, digging up, litigation law, numbers, and the man has been nonstop an animal, getting things done and putting what we're going to put in front of the HEX community, just to the task. The man has done his homework. He's done his work, and my hat is off to him. Wells, thank you so much for all the work you've done. And also,
yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Serious, bro. I watched all of our meeting rooms and stuff that you guys work in, and I know that you have to go away for 3 or 4 days doing research, and then you come back with all the answers, and you've done it while I've been on the road needing stuff, and you're brilliant, man, and I appreciate you, and you've done some really good work. So I know nobody's going to really see what you've done and the sweat equity that you put into this, so I just want to make sure everybody knows how hard it is you've worked and how proud I am of you. So appreciate you, man. Thanks. Good job. And then the same to Kinetics. Always working too hard, because I got to slow him down sometimes because he works too hard.
That's no lie.
If you ever seen the movie Billions, he's my wags, man. He just is resilient, won't stop, freaking bulldog, and he's after everything for you guys. He wants what's best for the HEX community. And I know sometimes he may come across as the guy that may be punching you in the gut, but really he's punching you in the gut so he can give you something good, trying to get your attention. So anyway, my boy Kinetics, hats off to you too for all the work that you have done with Wales and putting this thing together. So without any further ado and waiting any longer, you guys go ahead and make the announcement and tell everybody what this is all about.
Well, we have officially launched we had some holdups when we thought we officially launched it, but we have officially launched the HEX Investment Trust. It's a 506c registered private trust, available only to accredited investors. So this is only at this stage, until we go public, is only available to those who are considered accredited investors. We have a third party that can validate that for you. We have someone who can help onboard you. And so the beauty to all of this is that you guys are not alone. We are officially in the legacy finance system, guys. We are ready to do this, guys. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to start putting a lot of buy pressure on the bid side of things when it comes to buying HEX off of Uniswap. So we're really excited. We've got this launch before Pulse came out. We're already processing things. So we will be able to take advantage of HEX, not only on Ethereum, but also the real HEX, the one on Pulse. So the one on PulseChain. So we're going to have both sides of this, guys. And those of you guys who are accredited investors that invest now at this point in time are going to be able to get the outsized gains and returns before we go public. So we're really super excited about that. We are looking for at least 50 investors, individual investors and or entities investing, because it is possible in the United States for entities to invest as well.
Legal persons.
Yes, legal persons. Exactly right. And we're looking to raise 10 million to start the process on the public trust.
Yeah,
so,
we got to close the door at 10 million. No option.
Yes. So we've had other people come to us and say, you guys need to wait a year to do this. No. We've got a path and a way forward that we can do this in a matter of months. Literally a matter of months, guys. We just need legacy finance money to come into this thing. Invest in HEX. It's going to be a replication of what HEX does, and it's going to be in the legacy finance system. So, Wales, would you like to add something, my friend?
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about what's actually going to happen in the plumbing, because this is what it's all about, right? The whole purpose of everything that we're doing is to get capital flowing, to get HEX traction, right? That's the whole purpose of this. So with MCA, the whole idea was you take a little slice of your pie, you make it grow on the fiat side. Now, what the hell are we doing with this here? Private vehicle, that's 506c registered. Well, what we're doing here is that, well, we already know what HEX is. We already know how phenomenal it is. All we have to do is allow others to experience it in a way that's convenient for them. And that's what we've done with creating a similar HEX-like vehicle in fiat format. That's all it is. So it's going to work exactly like HEX does. Every dollar that comes in is going to be equivalent to what?
So 10, it's the one unit in our trust will be 10 HEX. Yes. Every
unit of HEX paper that's minted is going to be equivalent to 10 HEX being taken off the market, so to speak. So if there's 10,000 units of HEX trust being created, you multiply that by 10, 100,000 units of HEX, gone. Because what's ultimately going to happen is that all of this HEX is going to be staked for the max.
Yep.
So what we've just done.
Now, elaborate on that a little bit so people understand that, Wells, and what that means for HEX, the price of HEX.
That was next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
let the interviewer do his job, bro. No.
Well, the whole purpose of this is that, it's to lock HEX up.
Yeah. So we're replicating, what I want to say is we're replicating the OA. There's going to be an entity that always accumulates and provides buy pressure to the HEX price and never sells. It is not redeemable. There will be no redemption.
So let me explain those things in layman's terms, because it took me like 4 meetings for me to understand this not redeemable and all this shit. What that means, guys, is the HEX that we're locking up in this fund is never coming out. It's like an OA. There will always be paper traded against it. Basically accredited paper, meaning that investors on the NASDAQ, right, guys? It's the NASDAQ.
That's where we're going to go when we go public. And there will be a ticker at that time. Yes.
So when we go public, NASDAQers, the guys out there trading on the markets who trust the market, will buy into crypto that way versus trying to have custody of their own coins. They don't like that. These investors, yes, exactly, grayscale. These investors like to use products that are guaranteed by the SEC to be products that have been vetted. So what we just did is we went through the vetting process, and that was the thing that Wells and Kinetics have been doing, is getting us through the vetting process so that they can put this fund together.
Which, by the way, just to throw out disclaimer, we are not done, because there's more vetting for the private or for the public.
Yeah, they're not done working. They are working. This is just the first step, the first public announcement of what is going on here. So they still have more work to do. There's still hoops to jump through and fish to catch and all that kind of shit. But what they're doing is they're launching the private launch of this, but eventually what's going to happen is it's going to turn into an OA. Now, how does it, what I'm excited about is that what is Grayscale worth? How many hundreds of millions of dollars is Grayscale?
You mean
worth?
Billions? I think all of their.
It brings hundreds of millions in every month, right, or something like that. But it's worth billions.
Yeah. So their total on book with all of their specific trusts, and now their new DeFi ETF, they've got close to $50 billion on assets under management.
$50 billion. These people are aping into this thing with over $50 billion worth of value being added to it. So 50 billion. Now imagine that's just on price going up from a shitty crypto called Bitcoin. Imagine how excited these people on the market are going to be when they see a crypto that creates yield. I mean, that is going to be insanely valuable.
My
And
God.
it's going to continue to lock up
Oh.
HEX and continue the perpetuation of the value of HEX going up itself. So yes, we're looking at some serious value coming into the NASDAQ with HEX.